Good morning, friends, followers, subscribers, fellow YouTube creators, my army of Trevites and Cultists, and everyone that's on Instagram. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching my daily rant. Yes, Wednesday morning, handover takeover day in the Colt household. Waiting for my son to come over. It's quite strange now, because he's a teenager, clearly. His mum came across this morning and went, there's his games, there's his stuff. He's still in bed, so I've got to wait for him to come over. Yes, as you can see, I'm wearing my new hat that Michael designed for me. Quite a few things. And he actually made Groot. He gave me it as a birthday present. He made Groot on a 3D printer. Check that out. Nice, isn't it? My son wants it, by the way. My son wants it. And for those that don't know, because I've had a few messages, Trevor, what's that bottle? Well, this bottle is a bottle of beer, which was made in Conlig, where my cousin lives. He actually brewed this and gave it to me to bring back over. But I've got to wait another 2 weeks at the minimum for it to be ready to taste. So it's just sitting there. All good. Anyway, soldier on. I just made a coffee. Just made soldier on coffee. World War One blend. World War II one's the white bag. Right. Get all that shit out the way. So what's going on? Well, I'm going to be honest with you on here. I always, you know what, listen. Sometimes honesty isn't liked by the YouTube human reviewers because it goes against their policies of wokeness and weakness. Right. Now, we live in a time now where telling the truth goes against people's opinions and it hurts them. The truth hurts a lot of people. Well, check this out. I've always been against children whose parents force gender change on them. I'm against it. It's immoral, it's illegal, it's disgusting, it's wrong. And if that's a hate crime, remove me. But I'm telling you now, it's wrong. Well, guess what? And I always wondered why the NHS were leading this. I mean, when a doctor pulls a child out of a vagina or out of a stomach in a C-section, they can tell what the sex is. But now apparently you can't go, well, 20 years of medicine and, universities and degrees, and I've working with children and, well, now I really don't know what that is. I mean, it's pathetic. Well, guess what? The NHS, this is in today's media, the NHS gender treatment model for children has been demolished. It's been demolished by people with brains in a new bombshell report, which says, ready? Children suffered irreversible changes to their bodies based on weak evidence by parents and guardians given into the gender clinic. Now, whenever I was growing up, this is a fact. Whenever I was growing up, girls would play army games with us. We would play games with them. It was just like, as young children, you played, you pushed prams. Today, if you push a pram, it's like, oh, he must be a woman, he must be female. Today, we have so many weak parents, so many shite teachers, weak education. We have so many weak people in society who failed growing up, who probably didn't have friends growing up, who probably were sharing their sister's dolls or their brother's action men, and now that's made them twisted and weak in society, and we're letting them make decisions for our children, and it's wrong. It is wrong. I don't think that's a hate crime at all. I think that's a load of facts I've thrown at you about how I grew up and what's happening in today's society. Even the NHS are being told, stop. Just stop. Parents, isn't it weird? In America, you can divorce your parents. In America, you can sue your parents. In the UK, you can't. In the UK, your parents control you until you're old enough to leave home. Unless you decide, isn't it weird? As a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, you can't vote. You can't buy alcohol. You can't go to a nightclub. You can't sign a check. You can't open a bank account. You can't buy vapes. But what you can do is choose to have your complete body mutilated and choose your gender in the UK, which is wrong. I think the whole thing is just completely ludicrous. And that's not a hate crime. That's just facts I'm giving you. Look after your children. Children are meant to be the future, so don't destroy them. That's done. That's done. David Cameron has flown to the United States of America to discuss about the increase in maybe weapons aid to Ukraine. But guess what? He totally ignored Biden in the White House. He went straight in to see Donald Trump. President Donald Trump, because he thinks President Donald Trump probably has got a brain compared to the one that's in this White House. So well done, Lord Cameron. The only thing you've got right in years. Well, then again, there was a time I met you. Well, I was told to meet you. Yes. When David Cameron came into Afghanistan, he flew in. The security around him was completely outrageous. Yeah. He had less security than Prince Harry, actually, in Afghanistan. So, well done, David Cameron, for that. Yeah, I remember giving him a brief and talking to him about different weapon systems and what we were doing and stuff. Anyway, I'll put, there's photographs up here, places for you to see anyway. What else? Stacy Solomon. Now, I find this story completely outrageous, and I think it's a lie. So, Stacy Solomon has been posting photographs and pictures on her Instagram or social media of maybe her kids eating at a high chair, and they're knocking raisins on the floor. And there's in the photograph, it shows you dogs at the floor. She's claiming that on Monday, check this out. This is how stupid she is. On Monday, I had 10 million messages. You had 10 million messages on Monday? How? If you had 10 million messages on Monday, it would take you nearly 2 months to scroll through to count them all. You can't just say you had 10 million messages on Monday, Stacey. That's just a stupid thing to say. And just to let you know that I don't leave raisins on the floor for the dogs. I know it's dangerous for the dogs. People are now complaining that maybe the dogs are being abused because the kids knock raisins on the floor. Do you know what? I think that the UK's mental health department should just pick 10 lunatics on social media, and then everyone that messages them complaining, you know who the lunatics are, and just take them all away and section them. Just get rid of these people from society. It just doesn't make sense. Half of these people, like, why would I worry about someone's dogs that I've never met that's online? I mean, come on, people. Even Stacey's not that daft to leave stuff on the floor which could damage a dog's health. Look at it that way. Anyway, Samantha Markle's back in the media today. Back in the media. Now, I like Samantha. Lovely woman. I've spoke to her a couple of times. We've exchanged loads of messages in the past. I've had her on here I've had her on YouTube in a live stream, which I'm going to bring across to Instagram, and you'll be able to see it. But Samantha Markle is waiting. She's waiting for the Princess of Wales, Catherine. She's waiting for her health to improve. But what Samantha would like is a witness statement from her for Samantha's defamation case against her half-sister, Meghan Markle. That's a big ask. I mean, to us, it's so simple. Yeah, but it's a big ask. It's a massive ask. The future Queen of England to write a statement to help Samantha out. She probably would write a statement, Samantha, but I don't think the people around her and her aides and her helpers and people that run the monarchy and stuff, I don't think they would ever let that happen. That's just my opinion, people. I just don't think they'd let that happen. I hope they do. I hope they do. Yeah, help nail people. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. And Katie Price is back in the news. You know, Katie Price, the one who has she must hold a gold, like Monopoly, you get a get out of jail free card. Katie Price must hold a gold card. You can never knock me up. I mean, that woman has done so many things over the last couple of years. I mean, how many times can you get banned from driving? How many times do you lose your license and you just go, you know what, I don't care, I'm going to keep going, and you still don't get locked up? She was declared bankrupt. Didn't even pay, I believe she didn't pay off the money she was owed. She was declared bankrupt again just last month in March. Now the HMRC are saying, we're going to take away your house because she has refused. The media has said this. I'll leave a link. They're saying, and it came from the Sun paper, which I didn't read this morning. Actually, I never read that shite. But there's a story in the Mail about a story in the Sun. Isn't that mental? Imagine going, oh, let's take a story from the Sun and bring it over. Yep, it even says from the Sun where she allegedly hasn't even bothered to negotiate with HMRC or to work out a plan. And now her debt's increasing, so she could lose her home. But I doubt it. You can't even lock the woman up in jail. You're hardly going to take her house off her. You can't even stop her from driving. It's just, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. All good. Well, I've done a video, which I'm going to upload later. It's about the Netflix exclusive scoop about the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, the Duke of York. A gentleman that I've met a few times. A gentleman where I've actually spent some time in his private quarter in Buckingham Palace. So I will let you see that later on. I'm going to drink my Soldier On coffee. Going to thank Michael for the hat. My daily rant, yes. Well, anyway, people, listen. Thanks for all your support. Thanks to those that keep leaving reviews on Amazon. Come on, I've sold a couple of thousand of these books and I've got less than 300 reviews, which is a little bit disappointing, but there we go. Well, anyway, listen, have a wonderful day, people. And remember, stay safe. Keep your circle small. Keep your friends tight. Keep your circle tight. Keep your friends small. You know what I mean. Take care.